Welcome back, everybody. This is episode, what are we calling this? One and a half, I guess.
Yep, 1.5.
Awesome. Episode one and a half. It's me, your boy Sean, joined with Ronnie and Kevin. No Marcus today, no Ricky today. Got other obligations. Not that worried about it. It is what it is. Life. Today, I think we're gonna go over some NHL. I got my greatest player of this generation jersey on. Uh, we'll talk about our teams. We'll go over some acquisitions, some non-acquisitions, and then we're gonna get into some. I think we're gonna do college football first. Talk about some of those games. Kev's got his Michigan shirt on. They got a pretty big game this week. We'll talk about some of those games. I'll give out some of my bets, and we'll switch into the NFL. And they got some good games this week. And I love the board this week. But before we get into that, let's talk some hockey. Turns out Tampa Bay Lightning still really good. Probably going to be really good again this year. Who knows? Who knew? Whatever. It's the worst. They're number one in our power rankings. I'm interested to see how well they do again this year, but as long as they have Vasilevsky, I think they're going to be perfectly fine.
I'm excited for this hockey season. Sider and Lucas Raymond. Yakov Rana got injured, out for 4 months, I believe, with a shoulder injury.
Yeah, was that yesterday or was that today? I don't remember when I saw it.
I think they announced it today, but it happened last week, I believe. Yeah, it's Raymond season now.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't
So
know. Go ahead.
our power rankings have the Red Wings at 29 out of 32. What do we feel about that?
I was just about to go over that. I don't know how I feel about that. I think we should be at least like top 25. We're not going to make the playoffs this year, but I believe we're going to do good enough or better than we did the past couple years. With their additions to like Nick Leddy, he's going to help against the or help the younger core like
I hate
Sider.
Nick Leddy, dude. I hate him.
But he's got that veteran experience, so I'm hoping he helps out with the young guys. I can't say his name. Delkovich, I think that's how it is. Yeah, he's a good acquisition as well.
Sounds right.
Yeah.
Is he gonna be your starting goalie?
Yes. Because we lost Jonathan Bernier last year. I mean, he carried the team last year. And then we lost Bobby Ryan, but then we picked him up for, I think, PTO. And then, yeah, I'm just excited.
Yeah, looking towards Washington, I mean, same Washington Caps as last year. They only lost a couple players. Zdeno, Chara. Obviously, getting up there in age, dude's a legend, but, how much more could he have even, done for the team? They lost Brendan Dillon in a trade. Their defense last year, I mean, they were kind of lacking some spots. They still have John Carlson. Top 5 defenseman, in my opinion. Ford's still looking decent. We'll see how things go. I mean, ever since the 2018 Stanley Cup win, they honestly have not seemed as motivated, and each year ends with a disappointing playoff loss. So we'll see how this year goes.
I mean,
I can't see them winning the Stanley Cup again this year, but they'll make the playoffs.
I saw something. I believe it was from the Athletic. They had the Islanders winning the division. Capitals coming in second. How do we feel about that?
I could see that. Islanders have definitely been trending in the right direction.
Yeah, I think
still a tough division though, so we'll see.
They picked up Zach Parise, too.
Yeah, they're going to be an interesting team this year. I mean, they got Chara, who's back there since like his rookie year or something like that. They did lose Jordan Eberle. I always thought it was Ellerby. Thought that was weird, but They did lose him, so I'm interested to see how good they are. But they're the best defensive-minded team in the league. They play that little trap game and just they'll park the bus and score when they have to. They score when they get a chance, and they'll win every game 2-1. They won't score 6. They won't score 4. It's the worst watching them. I hate them. Right behind Washington in my hate rankings, but
Hey, now you got Chara coming back
For a
where I
second,
started.
yeah,
Did I say Char retired? Because
Yeah,
I don't think so.
I think he did.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he
for some
did.
reason,
He did.
yeah. Thank you for fact checking that. I don't know.
I didn't even hear it, so I guess he good. But in our power rankings, we got the Penguins at 11. I think that is absurdly high. I do not have good expectations this year. I took a couple notes myself. Sid is going to be out for 6 weeks. Gino is out for 2 months. Jeff Carter is going to be our number 1 center. Not thrilled about that at all. On the bright side, Mike Sullivan is a great coach. I love him. I think if anybody can do it, he can do it. I like him a lot. But it's interesting. I don't know how the defense is going to work out. Probably the biggest question mark, besides the health of Malkin and Crosby, is Tristan Jarry coming back. Why? My biggest pet peeve is not the Penguins not even trying to get Marc-Andre Fleury back. They just let him go to Chicago for nothing, and it was absurd. I hated that. I hate how much I say absurd, but it's the worst. And looking forward, I don't know if the Penguins will make the playoffs. Possible wild card team, but I expect them to make the playoffs. They made it like 15 or 17 straight seasons, which is the longest in the NHL right now. So I expect them to make it. But looking towards the future, Brian Rust, Chris Letang, Evgeny Malkin, Kasper Kapanen, Zach Aston Reese, all their contracts are up after the season. Like I said on Tuesday, tough times are coming to Pittsburgh because Steelers not going to be good next year. Penguins probably not going to be good next year either. Looks like maybe the Pirates will be good. Who fucking knows? But
Hey, welcome.
That'll be the day.
yeah. Tough times are coming to the kingdom. So, what else you guys got?
So, how do we think about Colorado coming in at number 2 in the power rankings, competing for the Stanley Cup?
Yeah, I'll let you go first.
I think that's about right. I could see him going to the Stanley Cup this year. Last year they ended shortly because I think it's because of Kadri's suspension. But I think they'll go pretty far this year. Hopefully the Stanley Cup. They're exciting team to watch. The Golden Knights, I don't know. They always seem to do good in the playoffs. I don't know why, but
Yeah, we have them number 3 in our rankings.
Until they played Washington in 2018.
that doesn't count.
That
That doesn't count. That doesn't count. It was their inaugural season. It was rigged.
That's starting to be years ago now.
I don't want to hear it.
Yes. But obviously, I think the Avalanche will probably be a heavy. Probably not the favorite, but they'll be up there in favorites for betting wise for Stanley Cup. I did have a future on them when we went to our trip in West Virginia. I did put a lot of money on Colorado. I lost a lot of money on Colorado, but it is what it is. They're probably the most fun team to watch, in my opinion. They can score when they want. They got Cale Makar, is amazing, fun to watch as well. But I wanted to get you guys' takes on Jack Eichel. Where's he going? What do we think about the situation in Buffalo?
I have no idea. I couldn't tell you. I think he stays in Buffalo this year, but I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
The fact that they took his captaincy,
Yeah.
I actually don't know if he's going to play this year. I still think he's injured, but because they won't let him get the surgery or whatever he wants. But I don't think he stays
Is
in
he a free
Buffalo.
agent sometime soon next year? I don't know. I really have been
I
keeping
don't
track
know
of
either.
Jack Eichel news.
I don't know off the
Yeah,
top of my head.
I think the best thing for that situation is probably trade him.
I,
I mean, if they're that far off in terms of like not letting him get a surgery, and I mean that team's just still bad. So I mean,
Yeah, who would he go to? Like,
that's
I
tough.
heard. I think the Islanders were.
If they get him too, then and they don't have to give up too many of their actual players on the team now,
I mean,
I
it's
could say they'd win that division.
to compare it to the NFL. I feel like it's a lot better to Sean Watson's situation where he wanted out and they just won't trade him. But you can you. I'd be interested to see what the get back is for Buffalo for trading Jack Eichel. I don't know how. I don't know what they would get for him if he's so adamant about sitting out or not playing or wanting a trade.
Yeah, I think it all depends on if he decides, yeah, to just straight up not play, then his value is going to be reduced by a decent amount, because what are they getting, from him if he's not playing? Whereas, if he plays and he has a big season, they could really turn in a great trade, get some decent players back, good draft pick, all of that. It'd be interesting to see.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. One of the probably in the last couple years, one of the most intriguing storylines was the Rangers Capitals little brawl. And guess who showed up on the Rangers roster in this offseason?
Ryan
Tom
Reeves.
Wilson's biggest enemy. Yeah,
Ryan Reeves.
the only person that can put Ryan or Tom Wilson's pretty face in the ground. And
Them two
how do we
fight
feel?
probably every time they play.
Yeah, how do we feel about that?
I don't know, he's one guy that can take on Tom Wilson, but I also saw Wayne Simmons take him on one time in a big Flyers Caps brawl. But, you know, Wilson, I will say this, he is kind of a dirty player. I mean, look how many
Kind
times
of.
look how many times he's been suspended for it. They're
Who would have guessed?
they're gonna
Tom
be fighting.
Wilson, kind of a dirty player.
They'll be fighting a lot this year. But I
Yeah,
mean,
no.
that's what's fun in hockey.
I am interested to see how it goes from dating back to last season to this season and the addition of Ryan Reeves to the Rangers. But another big addition was Marc-Andre Fleury going to the Blackhawks. I talked about it earlier with the Penguins not even going after him, and that just blew my mind because I don't remember. I should have wrote down what exactly it was, but I feel like it was like a 6th or 7th round pick from Chicago to trade for Flurry to Vegas. And
I think I do remember that, yeah, being a really high pick, which is crazy because he played great for Vegas.
yeah, I
So
think he won the Vesna, or was it
yeah,
Vasilevsky?
I think it's Vasilevsky.
Well, I know he was up there. I know him and Vasilevsky were going 1 and 2, and he's still a great player. Right? He's nearing the end of his career, but I mean, he was second in Vesna last year, and they just stuck with Robin Leonard, and no ill will
yeah.
on him, but I mean, whatever.
I feel like that's
Interested.
kind of a bad trade for Vegas. I mean, you got a guy that's playing out of his mind, second in the Venza. I mean, try to get a little bit more draft capital out of it instead of a high
Yeah,
pick.
you would think they would, but I mean, all right. Do you want to talk about the Seattle Kraken? What
Where
do
we
we
got
think?
them on the power rankings?
We got them
20,
26th.
26?
Yeah.
Huh.
which is probably where Vegas was, but I mean,
I don't think they're going to make the Stanley Cup Finals like Vegas did their inaugural
yeah, I
season.
think that was a one-time thing.
But then again, Vegas, 3 years in a row, 2 years in a row, 4 years? I don't remember.
I mean, they've been to
Playoffs?
playoffs every year, yeah. But I will be rooting for them. I love the jerseys. I might cop one myself. I'm a big jersey guy, but who they take? Brandon Tanev. Loved him for the Penguins, and they didn't protect him, and he went away. So, but, yeah,
His new picture is pretty cool.
I believe Kasperi Kapanen did try to emulate the same picture for his pictures this year for the Penguins. So, interested to see how that goes.
Yeah, I mean, they drafted Vitek Vanek from the Caps, but Caps just traded for him back.
Yeah, that was
That
the Kraken just got a second-round pick out of that. They said, "Yeah, take him, whatever." Yeah.
But I mean, who did the Kraken take as their top goalie? Can't remember.
This is how scuffed this is. Our additions say every single player for the Kraken, so who knows?
Yeah, there you go.
Who did they get from
I
goalie?
don't know off the top of my head.
Didn't they get somebody from Florida? And then they got somebody else.
Where did
after
Holtby go
that.
to?
I thought Holtby was like Vancouver or something.
Did they take him? I don't think they did.
Vancouver lost Braden Holtby.
Yeah,
so. Are you checking right now? All right. Well, you check
Grubauer.
that.
That's what it is. Grubauer.
Philippe.
And then I think where did Holtby go to? I feel like he went to Dallas. Sounds about right. Yeah, I think he went to Dallas.
Yes, he did.
Yeah,
he did. Good shit, Kev. Good call. But
I feel like this is the year for like goaltenders.
Well, do you think the Kraken make the playoffs? At least?
No. No.
I have to look at their division.
Because, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't they draft a lot of, like, younger guys? They didn't really draft, like, an all-around, like, good team, kind of like Vegas did. They kind of went for, like, youth and actually went for, like, a rebuilding team build type of style.
Yeah, I believe so. So I don't think that'd be the worst team in the league this year. I think the Sabres have that locked up already, but we'll see. But who's your guys' early middle start of preseason picks for? Give me two teams, one from each conference, make the Stanley Cup.
Avalanche for sure.
Wow, nice.
And then East, I believe. No.
Yeah.
No, I refuse. No way the three-peat. No way.
Yeah, dude, if they do.
Islanders.
I think I was gonna pick them too.
I want to see the Maple Leafs, but I'm like,
no, I'm saying the Maple Leafs. That's my team. I'm Austin Matthews' #1 fan. Love him. I'll take the Maple Leafs in the finals, and I'll have them play. You know what? I'll put Montreal up there too.
Ooh.
Toronto, Montreal.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say Colorado too. I just think eventually they're gonna just break through, and they'll actually win themselves a Stanley Cup. As in for the other division, I feel like it's a little bit harder of a choice. I don't want to say Tampa Bay either for a three-peat.
Yeah, I'm gonna write this down. All right, Kev, what was yours?
Preseason, I got the Avalanche, and then I got the Islanders. But I remember hearing that, well, obviously Grubauer from Colorado went over to the Kraken. So who's the goalie for Colorado now?
Good question.
Do they have a goaltender? I don't know.
Not,
Maybe Dallas.
Dallas is a good pick.
Dallas
like
got some
them.
veteran players. Luke Glendening, I loved him in Detroit. Great fourth line. Great fourth liner. Great penalty killer. They got Holt B, obviously, and then Ryan Suter, another veteran defenseman. So I could see them going pretty deep too. But then again, I don't know.
Ronnie, who's your other pick?
So yeah, I got Colorado, and I hate to say this because I don't particularly like them very much, but the Boston Bruins.
Yeah, they're always a safe pick.
Yeah, they're always up there competing, and I mean they were able to re-sign Taylor Hall, so we'll see.
Yeah, I
how
feel like
Taylor
that's
Hall
not talked about a lot. I feel like he did.
Mm,
He did. So he started off the playoffs really well, but then he didn't really show up the rest.
yeah, so we'll see. I just think that side of things, the East, it's gonna be a little harder to pick in my opinion, because there's some good teams on that side, and they all usually compete every single year.
Yeah, I can't wait to bring this up in 9 months, 6 months, whatever,
Yeah,
and just
we all get embarrassed.
nobody made the playoffs.
It might be the Devils. I don't know. They picked up some good players too.
Kraken are gonna make the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, I don't know what I would do if the Kraken made Stanley Cup, but I would start my own actually expansion team. That's what I would do. So I automatically make them. All right, so that was our little NHL preview. We'll get more into that. I believe the season starts in 13 days, and the Penguins play the Lightning on ESPN, I believe. So go check that out. But let's head over to everybody's. I guess it's my fair. I think we're going to talk college football first. Kev, how are we feeling about Michigan?
A little iffy.
It's Michigan back. People are asking.
We don't have. Well, I haven't seen any pass game at all. What was it 200 yards rushing from both Haskins and forgot his name. Starts to see. Anyways, like 200 rushing yards combined for the first 2 weeks, and then I don't know how Wisconsin is against the run, but if both of them could put up 200 yards easily, but I don't know.
I have the line right here. I didn't put it on our sheet for some reason, but
His name's Corbin, I believe.
Michigan plus 2.5 at Wisconsin. So Wisconsin is the favorite. Over under 43.5. What are we gonna take, Ronnie? I'll leave this one to you. Wisconsin did just get their ass beat.
I'm taking Michigan because I know we all talked about this at one point. That Wisconsin, they're not playing up to what. Yeah, they're fraud. I think I'd take Michigan over under wise. Taking the over. What was it?
43.5.
43.5. I mean that's low, but I mean it is two division.
This is Big Ten football right here.
Big Ten, yeah. So
this is gonna be 13-10 final score.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I mean, it'll be a hard one, but I would like to say the over.
No, I'm gonna go under.
You're gonna go under?
I'm gonna go under.
All right, I like this. If Graham Mertz is playing, I'm taking Michigan easy. I'll take Michigan money line. That would be my pick. But we got some good other games. We got Arkansas at Georgia. Georgia is minus 17.5. Over under 48.5. I feel like Arkansas has two good wins. One against a good Texas team. Another last week against a good Texas Tech team. And now Arkansas is playing Georgia. Is Georgia beat Clemson 10-3? Clemson sucks. What do we know about Georgia? That being said, I'm taking Georgia minus 17.5. I feel like this is an easy pick. Arkansas is probably not going to score more than 20 points. Georgia's going to put up 45, so I'm taking Georgia.
Yeah. I'd have to agree. I mean, I don't think Arkansas has played anybody like Georgia. They obviously have the defense to keep Clemson to 3 points. I mean, Clemson isn't the same Clemson this year, but it's still Clemson. And Georgia was able to hold them to 3 points. And Arkansas, I mean, they beat Texas. I mean, Texas hasn't really been that great in a while.
I think Texas is back. We'll get to that game next, but
I don't see Arkansas beating Georgia. The spread though,
17.5. That's a lot. That's a big number.
I kind of have to take Arkansas on that one. That's a big spread.
It is.
It's Georgia's good, but if Arkansas, they beat 8th ranked Texas A&M or something last week.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd probably have to take Arkansas on the spread. I definitely think Georgia wins it. Over under wise, I think it's going to be under
48.5.
Yeah, I think that'll be under for sure.
Yeah, you got anything?
I'm going to go with the under as well. I think Georgia's going to get the dub.
They got probably one of the best defenses in the nation. All right, so now let's talk about Texas again. Texas is at TCU. Texas minus 5.5, over under 65.5. Texas is 1-6 against the spread in the last 7 matchups against TCU. Texas is also 1-6 straight up against TCU in the last 7 years. So I'm taking Texas. I think they win the Big 12. I think they're playing their best ball right now. Casey Thompson and Bijan Robinson, one of the greatest combinations in quarterback, running back right now in the nation. I'm taking Texas minus 5.5 easy.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna agree with you. I think Texas is kind of back. They're not playing as bad as they were the past few years. I don't think they're the same Texas as the Vince Young type Texas.
Well, it's national championship Texas.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. I mean, that's obvious. That's a given. But 1-6 against TCU, I think this time they come around and win, and I think they do beat the spread. I like Texas in this one.
Have you got anything? Over under at 65.5.
I'm gonna go under again.
Kev, a big unders guy. Okay,
Yeah,
I'll keep that a note. Kevy unders. All right. Now this is. Go ahead.
I was gonna go with Texas.
All right. I like it. Now this was probably my favorite game of the week. I don't think I'll be able to watch it, unfortunately. But Ole Miss at Alabama. Alabama minus 14.5. Over under 79.5. I don't care about the game. Give me the over. I want 13,000 touchdowns in this game. I want 500 points. Give me the over. These are Matt Corral's probably QB1 right now in the draft. Heisman favorite going against Bryce Young. Probably second in the Heisman race right now. Alabama offense still good. Who would have guessed? Ole Miss offense ran by Lane Kiffin. He does not care about defense. He will put up 45 no matter what. Alabama will put up 50. Doesn't matter. Give me the points. 79.5. I need the over.
So you going with Alabama?
No, I don't. I'll probably take Ole Miss in that one, but I think they'll score a garbage touchdown or something like that. So I'll take Ole Miss and the points.
I'm gonna switch it up and go with the over.
This is just a fun game, just to put a little bit of money on the over, just because it's gonna be on CBS. You'll get the CBS theme music. Dun, 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 dun. You'll get that, and then you get to watch 500 yards in the first half, 600 yards in the second half, 40 points in the first half, 60 points in the second half. So, Ron, you got anything?
I'm gonna go with the over or the under. Sorry,
You're the worst. I hate you.
dude. What's this? 79.5.
This is the
That's a lot. I mean, I agree with what your points were. You know, they're two high-scoring teams, but
this is the highest point total of two SEC teams playing against each other ever.
yeah. See, that's why I just feel like it just has to be the under.
The previous was, I think it was Texas A&M and Missouri, was 78, and it went over to 79. So,
Yeah, yeah. I feel
just
like
saying.
it'll probably be a slugfest, and they'll probably get to maybe like 60. But I just getting to like 80 points to beat that spread. That is just it's a lot. If it does, that'd be a fun game to watch.
When it hits 80 in the third quarter with 5 minutes left, I'm gonna call you. All right, you stay
That's
by your
fine.
phone on
That's
Saturday. All
fine.
right.
I'll answer too.
All right. I got some more games, but I'll keep those to myself in case the lines move. I will put those picks out Saturday morning. Follow us at Sauce Hog Sports on Twitter. Our YouTube is Sauce Hog Sports. Exclamation point socials in the chat right now. Anything else? Let's get into some NFL. Oh, my handle. Dang, I forgot my handle. Underscore Sean SEAN Hines HYNES. I'll tweet my picks out Saturday morning, Sunday morning for NFL. I tweet out our Thursday night football same game parlay on the Sauce Hogs account. I tweeted the Bengals -7.5 on my account, or I think I took them first half -4. So pretty good NFL. Not great in college, so we'll see. But let's head over to the NFL. Great slate of games this weekend. I got my 4 best bets right now. Ronnie, let's hit us with your best game of the week.
This is probably gonna be biased, but I think Washington. If we're talking bet wise, then I think Washington will beat the spread against the Falcons.
Last I checked, it was 1.5, -1.5
Yeah,
Washington.
so it's a very close spread, and at some point this season, Washington's defense has to show up, and maybe it's this week, but maybe it's not. But if they do show up, I think they 100% beat that spread. The offense, I mean, Taylor Heinicke he's only got what 2 starts under his belt, 2 full starts, so we'll
Did he
see.
start the Bills game?
Yeah, he started the Bills game,
And he start. Who'd you guys play before that?
and they played the Buccaneers in the playoffs last year.
Oh, there's
But
3 games this year already.
yeah,
So this is his 4th start.
this is I don't know. Either way, he's he's either way.
Spit
I
it
still don't
out,
think
son.
he's had enough games to prove in himself. So, I mean, the offense to me is still questionable, but if the defense shows up, I think I saw something that Matt Ryan is only averaging like 2.5 yards per air per attempt. So that is not a lot. That
This is a
Falcons team
good.
is hurting.
This is a good get right game for that Washington defense.
Definitely, definitely.
Atlanta stinks overall. They should have lost last week to the Giants. I'm pretty upset about that. I had Giants -5.5. Still upset. I think I agree with you. I will take Washington -1.5. I think that's an easy pick there. But this is a get right game for the entire Washington team.
If they don't show
Chase
up
Young
this
can
week,
have 4 sacks.
if that defense doesn't show up, then Washington's looking for a long year because
All right,
Atlanta's not very good.
Kev, give me one of your games to watch.
Well, it's primetime Sunday night game. The Bucks versus Pats. Tom Brady versus Belichick. We'll see.
Yeah,
That's it.
we'll
We'll see.
we'll see.
Last I saw, the spread was 7.5 for the Bucks. I'm gonna take that all day.
I would take that all day too.
I don't think Mac Jones is gonna do very well against this defense. I think Byron Leftwich and Tom Brady can dice this.
And the addition of Richard Sherman too. I don't know if he's playing this Sunday.
I don't believe he is playing, but the addition, I guess not the addition, but I think Antonio Brown got activated today. I don't know if he'll play on Sunday, but I don't believe in the New England defense against Tom Brady in that offense. And how many games has Tom Brady lost back to back? So you got to keep that in mind as well.
I mean, look at the games the Patriots have played. They aren't the same without Tom, and the Buccaneers just are great. I think they probably win by a lot more than that spread, if you ask me.
Yeah.
I mean, you never know. Bill Belichick coached Tom for however many years, so I mean, he should know a lot about Tom to how to play against them. But I still think Buccaneers are a much better team. It's an easy bet in my opinion.
I agree. So, what my game of the week is Ravens at Broncos. This is an interesting matchup because this is a find out who you really are game. This is Denver actually 3-0? I don't think so. I think they're frauds. But then again, the Ravens should have lost to the Lions last week. Are they frauds? I don't know anything. NFL is the worst. I expect one thing and another thing happens. Right now, I have the Ravens money line at -108. I think the Broncos are like 2-point favorites, +2.5, +1.5, something like that. I'm gonna take the Ravens until the Broncos can actually beat a good team. But I do have some spread notes for you guys. So Dallas, Carolina, and Denver, all those three teams are 3-0 against the spread. Dallas and Carolina played each other this week, so that's interesting. And Denver plays the Ravens, so we might have one after this week.
Yeah.
Can you guess the four teams 0-3 against the spread?
Washington.
Yep, there's one.
That's definitely one of them.
Let's go. Bills.
Nope.
Well, I'm gonna try to
Jets.
guess without looking up anything.
All right, so it's
They
Washington.
Maybe Las Vegas.
Nope.
No. Chargers.
Nope.
Vikings.
No.
NFC.
So I said the Jets and Washington football team. These two are in the AFC.
North.
No, the other two are in the AFC. One's in the South, one is in the West.
Jaguars.
Jaguars. You got one more, which is quite surprising. The Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, I was about to say I already guessed two of them. I should be able to guess the last one because the Broncos are 3-0.
Yeah, they are 0-3 against the spread.
It's hard to believe.
Yeah, it's interesting. Another game I wanted to touch on is the Monday night game. We got Vegas at the Chargers. Chargers -3.5. I think that's gonna be a good game. That's another 3-0 versus 2-1 Chargers. This is for the lead in the AFC West.
It's gonna be a fun one to watch. Sure.
Yeah, no.
We're definitely gonna see who is actually a legit team and who is possibly a fraud. I think the Chargers win that one.
Yep.
You think they cover?
What's the spread on that one?
3.5.
3.5. Yeah, I think they cover. But it's gonna be close.
No, I expect it to be a good game as well.
But yeah.
Yeah, I got the Chargers winning that one.
All right. The Browns at Vikings is a weird one for me. Browns are -2 against the Vikings. I think the Vikings stink. I talked about it before, but no faith in Kirk Cousins. Uh, I have no faith in that Minnesota defense. How are the Browns 2-point favorites? Give me the Browns every day of the week.
Yeah. I think Kirk falls back to earth at some point. We've seen him for years. I think the Browns, I bet Myles Garrett gets to him. Not as much as he did to Justin Fields, but he's going to pressure him a lot. And Kirk's he's not going to have as good of a game this week. And the Browns, they've been able to hold their own. Their offense, Baker's a good quarterback. Not great, he's good. But they have a good offense around them, and I think they easily pull this one out. I shouldn't say easily because I think it will be close, but I do think they win. But I think they beat that spread.
Yeah, I wanted to talk to you about Lions versus Bears. I mean, I feel like you guys have to win at some point. This is your chance.
Yeah, against Justin Fields, should be a win, but who knows? It's the Lions.
I think I'm interested to see how Justin Fields will fare after last week's embarrassment. Hopefully Matt Nagy doesn't do anything. He just doesn't get on the bus to go to the game. Maybe that'll save him. But
no, who knows?
Jared Goff is 0-10 without Sean McVay, so who knows?
No, Justin Fields will pop off. Watch 3 touchdowns, no picks.
This will be a week.
Yeah, honestly, it wouldn't surprise me.
I don't know. I like the Lions in that game.
No, disappointed but not surprised.
Yeah.
The Lions have had kind of a tough schedule this year. And, I mean, if the Ravens are anything that they're supposed to be, I know they're injured, but, I mean, they put up a good fight against them, too. And Jared Goff, to me, is not as good as Matt Stafford, but DeAndre Swift has come around a lot. And after the Bears last week, I just don't see how they win another game. But, I mean, they will win a game. And I think it'll be close because they are playing the Lions.
So I saw today that Justin Fields was a full practice. I think Nick Foles practiced as well. But Andy Dalton was limited. Who do we think starts? Do we think it's Justin Fields or?
Yeah,
I hope so.
But then again, it's Matt Nagy.
I hope so too.
Who knows?
Yeah,
Nick Foles is probably coming out there next week. Who knows?
They have a wildcat package for Nick Foles.
Yeah. But they should trade him too, in my opinion.
All right, the last 2 games I want to talk about are in the NFC West. We got Cardinals 3-0 versus the Rams 3-0. I think that's gonna be a very good game. You got MVP frontrunner Kyler Murray, MVP second frontrunner Matthew Stafford going against each other. I'm interested to see the Rams' defense against Cardinals' offense, and
Cooper
also
Kupp.
vice versa. Yeah,
Cooper.
I think I'm interested. Go ahead, Ronnie.
I think we really see the true colors of both teams this week. Are the Cardinals really going to be a good team going forward? Is their offense going to be able to compete with the Rams' defense? And that's going to be a great battle to watch. I think Matt Stafford still does okay. I think it's going to be an extremely close game. And it is probably going to be a top 3 game of the week, and it's going to be a fun one to watch.
The line here has Rams -4.
Yeah, I think I'd probably take the Cardinals on that one, honestly. I think it's going to be close enough to where even if the Cardinals lose, they might still beat that spread. It's just...
Yeah, I don't love that spread. I'd probably stay away from this game.
Yeah, that's a hard one. I wouldn't bet on it either.
Have you got anything?
I'm going with the Rams, Lions fan by day, Rams fan by night. Rooting for the boy Matt.
That's good. You should get a Stafford jersey. They got nice jerseys out there now.
Yeah, they never want to call me a bandwagon if I get a Rams Stafford jersey.
Well, who cares? We're gonna say, "Oh, you're a Lions fan. You can't do that." No, nobody's ever said that in their life.
Yeah, you're a Stafford fan, just like there's a Brown fan.
Yeah. All right, and final game we'll talk about Seahawks 49ers. Seahawks 1-2, 49ers 2-1. I mean, I said on Tuesday, this is my favorite division. This is, I think, the toughest division. I have the Seahawks to win the Super Bowl. This is a make or break game. I'm interested to see how Seattle's defense does against this offense of the 49ers. I don't think their offense is that great, but they have some playmakers. Deebo Samuel has come out. I'm a big fan of Trey Sermon. Every time Trey Lance touches the ball, he scores a touchdown. So I'm interested to see this week.
Yeah, I think it'll be a big defensive game. Seahawks to me have the better offense, but I mean it's two great defensive teams. I still think the Seahawks come out on top, just because they have Russell, they've got Tyler Lockett, Chris Carson's good.
DK.
They got DK Metcalf.
I think Tyler Lockett is hurt. I don't know for sure.
Yeah,
I know he got hurt.
Yeah, I saw he was questionable, so I guess it pretty much really depends a lot on that too. I just don't think the 49ers offense is capable enough of competing with the Seahawks offense, but I think it'll be very close. I just don't think Jimmy is the same as Russell in terms of skill. And I think I feel like this will be a fourth quarter battle, and I think it'll come down to probably like Russell Wilson going on a game-winning drive or some sort within like the last like 5 minutes, something in those terms. But
Yeah,
it'll be close.
The Seahawks never play a normal game ever. Them and the Vikings always in weird situations all the time. Yeah. But Kevin, you got anything?
I think go with the Seahawks. I think they'll bounce back from their loss from last week against the Vikings, and get that dub over
the Titans.
Titans. I thought
or was it the Vikings?
It was the Vikings.
I think it was the Vikings.
Titans was the week before them. My bad.
Yeah, I think they'll bounce back and get that dub against the 49ers. Like I said, I don't see Jimmy Garoppolo doing anything. Has George Kittle been doing pretty good? I haven't really been paying attention to him.
Yeah, I think he had 90 yards or something like that on Sunday night.
Okay.
I don't know if he has the touchdowns, but I mean, I was watching the game and he's still stiff arming motherfuckers in the mouth. So it's same old George.
Yeah, I think he'll be a big factor in that game. I mean, he's top 3 tight end, so you expect that.
All right, now you brought this up, and this will be one of the last things we talk about. But top 3, give me the 3 in order. 1, 2, 3.
I think you have to go Kels first. I mean, the dude,
I agree.
Dude's great. Then I'd probably say Kittle, and then third I'd probably say Waller.
Okay.
Darren Waller. I mean,
well,
I think those top 2 are locked in. Like, yeah. I don't think you can get any. Yeah.
I think 3, 4, and 5 are all intertwinable with Waller, Andrews. I think Hawkinson.
Thank you.
Very good as well.
Thank you. Yeah, he's having a. Yeah. Doing good
would you put him at 1, Kev?
No, I'd say 5.
Don't lie.
I'd put him at 5. No,
put him at 5.
Kelsey number 1.
Yeah, I think I would do the same. I think it would be Kelsey, Kittle, Waller, Andrews, Hawkinson.
Yep.
All right. You guys got anything else? A little PTI segment. Farewell to Manny Pacquiao. He has officially retired from boxing. He has my vote for Filipino president. I'll mail it. Yeah, I'll mail it in. So good for him. Excited for him.
Hey, I heard if he doesn't get elected, he's gonna come out of retirement and continue to box.
Beat everybody up.
Yeah. He's gonna fight Jake Paul or something.
Probably. Wouldn't surprise me.
All right. I think that's the show. Thanks for coming out. Remember, follow us on our socials. Sauce Hog Sports on YouTube, Sauce Hog Sports on Twitter. Mine is _ Sean, SeanHynes. Ronnie, what is yours?
I think it's Ronnie G21, I think. I'd had to look it up, to be honest with you.
Kev, what's yours?
Kevin RW74. And don't we have an Instagram now?
Yes, we do. Sauce Hog Sports. Thanks for joining us as we head to Mars. Catch you guys on Tuesday.